Hello and welcome to Griefers Pub. Tonight we'll be discussing a recent set of bans against the French organization MAMMON. With that being said, I'd like to welcome our special guests, Seraphime21 and Vardrack. Welcome, guys.
Hello,
Hello.
I'm Seraphim.
Welcome, gentlemen.
Can you give us a little
Yeah.
bit of context about your latest
Damn it.
ban from CIG? Like what
My
happened
head's so
there?
itchy with this damn
How long
hat
was it
on.
for? Just take it off.
Don't hide your bald spot. It's okay.
You've been talking to Zach Priest about the sniper clint there. Yeah.
Oh, it took me so. I made that myself. She's shining. Yeah.
You know what you should do is you should just take off the hat, leave that on the entire time, and maybe we'll get like Zach Priest in here. He could talk about how that's such a great game mechanic. Like bald characters should have like a sniper clint on their head as a way
Listen.
to detract people from like getting headshots, right?
I'm just gonna tell you, I put way too much energy or work into that than I should have. Honestly, just for that.
Yeah, I can tell.
For that. Yeah, you can
It's a
tell. What
well
do you
played.
mean?
I can tell. So let's get back on topic. We're going to talk about MAMMON and what exactly happened between you and CIG. Can we get some context there? Like what exactly is going down?
So what happened is we attack some people and they cry about stream sniping, and then we get banned for a long time, like 19 days for me. Kind of crazy.
Okay.
Basically, we attacked two teams, like one doing a little, what is it? A rally on Daymar with some mule, with a stream of one viewer, and yeah, basically, apparently one viewer is enough to say you are stream sniped. And then Terada
One
doing a
viewer.
big event. Yeah, one
Hold
viewer,
on.
and
Hold
this is
on.
enough.
So they had one viewer watching, and it was like, "Yep, definitely must be that one guy that
Yeah,
killed us too."
exactly.
Right?
So wait a
Yeah.
second. The one viewer
Exactly,
was
yeah.
the stream sniper, right? That's what you're telling me?
Yeah, of course, it was me, 100%.
It
It's
is
amazing.
always that.
By the way, the official version is it was not me.
Was
So,
not you. Okay. For the record,
go back
for the
to the
record,
job. Yeah,
Yep.
for the record. It was not me, CIG. Please unban me. Anyway, then there is Terana doing a big event, and a guy that was insulted by Terana before come to us. He was on the server already, and he say to us like, "Hey guys, I want my vengeance. I will pay you. Come and fuck him up." And then we fuck him up, and 90 days of ban then. Thank you, CIG, for the
Wait,
organic
so
gameplay.
you were contracted to go and kill him?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And he say it on his video on his YouTube.
I'm pretty confident that that's something that CIG has actually encouraged before. Am I wrong about that? Like for people to be like for things like that to happen, as long as it's not repeated, as long as it's not like a repeated targeting, like like an open contract where people continuously come after them but
like once the contract's done, you're done with it. Like that's what you're saying, Elder? Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It's what we do. We come, we kill everything we can, then we go away, and we don't come back for all the night on his stream or to these guys. And it was like, I don't know, maybe 2 months we don't attack him. So there is no reason to say harassment. Like, if in a PvP game you get killed one time each 2 months by a guy, will you say you are harassed? I don't know. I don't think.
So I'm gonna get my Google Translate going active because of the chat.
So a question that I have is, so what exactly is the motive behind MAMMON's event disruption? Do you guys have like a certain directive in mind, or is it just you want to kill everything just because that's the fun thing to do?
Actually, there can be some reason.
Yeah.
The most common reason is just having fun in this game because I don't know, CIG don't give us the feature they are supposed to give us, so we basically do the feature ourselves.
You need to create the content yourself for that reason, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. And when you see someone that doing something and you can hunt, and basically you want to be a hunter, but you will hunt. But actually, you cannot hunt anyone for CIG. If it's a streamer that make people come to the game, new people, then it's not okay. Even if it's organic gameplay, even if you, I don't know, you go into his org, you infiltrate, you do anything you want, you can prove to CIG that it is organic, but they don't fucking care. They will ban you.
Yeah, and we do talk about that a little bit later about how you guys tried to do things kind of through the right methods as opposed to like stream sniping. So I do want to like save that obviously for like later in the conversation, but
Oh
it is
yeah,
interesting how that like is all handled down the line too. Like there's almost like a little bit of a bias at play there, it feels
Yeah.
sometimes, right? So
The worst thing about it is like every time CIG gave us a sandbox like limit we have to follow and play by the rules. Every rules
mhm.
can move. Like the red line is the big no is moving every time. It's like
Yeah.
Yep.
you don't
Yeah.
you can't street snipe. We are like okay we will infiltrate. No, you can't infiltrate. Okay, we won't infiltrate. We just attack events. No, you can't because you're too numerous. There are too few. It's bullying and stuff. Okay, we will go like 10 against 40. Maybe it's okay. No, it isn't. And
Mhm.
every time it
Yeah.
moves.
So
See, that's
basically, the goalpost is
Yep.
constantly moving. Is what he's
and
Yeah.
like.
that's the
That's what I'm
issue with
getting.
not
Yeah.
having that like clear and cut like, terms of service in the first place. I'm not going to bring it up because the last few shows that I brought it up, it's just like, okay, we're looking at this again, and we already know what it says for the excessive griefing and stream sniping policies. It's very like, I don't
they
know.
just set
It's
up a
very
big
vague. It's very
hole.
vague. It like you
Yeah.
said, it creates like the gray areas so they can interpret it however they want, and that's the issue,
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
And the worst
exactly.
thing is the
Mhm.
interpretation is open for CIG employee as well. Like you can ask Zylo one question and Niku the same question at the same time. They will give two different answers.
Yeah.
Like Zylo said, infiltration is okay, it's intended, you can do it. At the same time, Niku will say, no, it's harassing, you can't.
Mm-hmm. We talked about this last
Yeah.
week actually with Kamak about how having multiple people in the same party not under the same mindset and like pure goal like in mind of, hey, this is what the moderation needs to look like, this is what we as a team need to reflect in those public platforms such as like our size, like spectrum posts, and the even something as simple as like a Discord post. You want to make sure that the language that you're using is consistent, and everything behind it is also consistent. And that's what's kind of lacking right now, you know
Yeah.
I just want
so
to
the
throw it out
question,
there. I
yeah,
find
yeah,
it
let's hear it.
ironic that we have the question, what even is the proof of stream sniping? And this question was asked by stream sniper Kamachi. So it's
I know,
kind
I
of
saw that,
funny.
but it's a legitimate question.
The
Like, how do
irony.
you
No, it
prove
is.
that
It
evidence
is.
beyond just like someone showing up the same location at the same time?
It's a
Yeah.
legitimate,
Just
100% a
it's
legitimate question.
legitimately
What is
it's a great
actual
question.
proof?
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 And
You know,
how does
you know,
CIG deliberate that?
the
Actually, they don't. They just trust the streams. Like multiple times, they ban me for something
Mm-hmm.
that I don't do, and they tell me like, we look the logs, but I know who have done what they punish me for,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
I know I don't do it. Like it was a vocal in game that is here heard by the streamers, and I get banned 7 days for it, but I don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then when I ask, they say, we look the logs. I'm like, bro, please.
Yeah,
Sauce.
sometimes
Trust me, bro.
yeah.
So the
Sometimes it's a Griffernet victory type of thing. It's like Seraphim is on the server, something happened. That's him.
Can
That
I
has
can
to
I
be him.
Yeah, completely.
can I hit this real quick?
yeah, let's hear it.
Oh,
There you
I don't
go.
know if you can.
Yeah,
All right, that's
I
it.
think
like
okay.
that
So the
always.
question that I want to kind of shift our focus over to is: does the current moderation policy provide too much protection for specific content creators?
Completely. I mean,
Completely. Do you have like
I
I
would
know that
say
you guys have also like compiled some examples. Can we actually bring up that media panel? It should be ready. You guys threw together
so.
a full-on PowerPoint, which by the way, thanks for doing that. I like the visuals.
And
So
can I ask
yeah,
which finger is that skeleton holding up right now? I'm curious.
that's a pointer finger.
Oh, is it?
Totally.
You,
Yep.
you will not know because this is secret.
Yeah.
Okay, so the presentation is called The Love Triangle Between Niku, Tarada, and the Mammon. Presented by Seraphime21, and I feel like I'm like reading to like kindergarten class or something. It's just like, hey guys, this is today's book. This is what we're doing, and this
It's a
is
good
what it's
book.
about.
It's a good book.
So what I want to do is I really actually want to focus on the timeline. This is, you call it the grief story, but pretty much like the history, right? So
Yeah.
can you kind of explain this, kind of like break
I
it
love
down,
it.
like each of them? Yeah, I love this too. Can you kind
This
of
is so
explain like
good.
the history, like what happened here?
I will let Vardrack do it.
Okay. I will do it. So, I started the grief story with the arrival in Niku as a community manager. It
Mhm.
happened in August of 2023,
Mm-hmm.
and like 2 months later, Seraphim was banned for the first time for 3 days. A few months later, it was banned in second time for 7 days. Third ban. A few months later again. We'll talk more precisely about it on the presentation. The fifth topic about Niku Whoopsie is Niku like just giving intel information about what we were doing to other organization out of his like I'd say that um,
Roll.
professional prerogatives, like being a community manager. He used it like to try to trap us into a stream sniping trap because it was many months we haven't done it, so he wanted it on it, I think. And there is a fourth and final ban, sorry, that we talked about earlier with 3 months bans and 1 month ban and 1 week bans.
Okay.
So yeah, that's
That's
it.
crazy. So you think that they were trying to bait you or trap you into a stream snipe to?
Oh yeah, 100%.
I know it because I hear it from the guys. Because actually, I don't know if we talk about this right now or later. I will ask.
Okay. I mean, if it's in context of what we're talking about now, feel free to just bring
Okay,
it up.
I can talk
That's
about
fine.
it. Yeah, so basically what happened is we infiltrate the Omega Protectora. It's an org, like um, org. Basic, we don't care about it, but we just go in it and we want to grief and kill some people because they do an event about fighting and with Hammerhead and have a big fleet. So we are like, okay, so we will bring a big fleet and it will be a good event for us, even if we are not invited. So yeah, basically we go in it and I infiltrate the org myself. This is why Niku cannot lie to me about what he say because I hear it myself. And I was infiltrate, and the day of the event in the vocal, I hear some people will stream, and it was not previous. So I immediately run to Niku and I send him screen of me being infiltrate, my alt, everything I give him. Just to be clear, and I tell him, I give you all this information so will not ban me for stream sniping because look, I'm clean. I do the thing
You're
in
doing it
your
appropriately at that point,
yeah.
right? That's what you're
I
trying
do
to
it.
say.
I'm like, I play your rules, so don't fuck me. And then in the vocal, what I hear is simple. A guy of the org say, "Hey guys, Niku just tell me that we get infiltrate." I was like, really like,
So,
bro.
like right after the conversation that you had, like via DM, with
Yeah, I just
full like
I send
confidence
him a
that he wasn't
DM.
gonna like splurt it out,
Yeah,
right?
I send
Okay.
him a DM. 2 minutes later, he tell them. So yeah,
So that makes you wonder,
basically it's
like,
that.
what role is he actually playing, being in game in Discord while
And
like orgs are like actively doing these events, right? It creates like such a weird like conflict of interest, more or less, for a
Yeah.
person in that
Yeah,
position, and
yeah.
he shouldn't be doing
And
that to himself in the first place. It
and
feels
it
yeah,
isn't
right.
it's
even
not
the
supposed
first
to
time
happen.
he has been present at events. Like we shared it
Mhm.
earlier about screens, about Niku talking in global chat, being like, there is an event going on, please don't
Did you
disturb it.
was
Or
there anything that, are you talking about the screenshots that we were talking about
yeah,
earlier, or is this something
exactly.
completely different? Yeah, gotcha.
No, yeah.
So I'm gonna like, if you want any slides like changed, just let me know.
Yeah,
So
do
who
it.
exactly is Niku?
Is that him?
That's him. Yeah,
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 it is
it's
Niku.
him. Yeah, it's him.
So this
it's not.
is yeah.
Oh, sorry. Well, never mind. Go ahead, please.
This is the French community manager. And he said he started back in August of 2023, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So what exactly? So the one thing I wanted to make note of is you had mentioned that this isn't the first time, like this year isn't the first time you've been like doing event disruption This has been something
Uh,
that Mammon's been doing for a long time, right?
yeah,
But nothing was really
Yeah.
being acted on before then, right?
it isn't.
Actually, I will
Yeah,
just say like my story with Terra start in 2021. The day he fucked me at an event, I invite him and he do it in my back. So since then, I become a hater. But that's all. And but not a bad one at the beginning, but you know, it's like escalation. So yeah, right now it's escalation. But I'm not mad. It's okay. So yeah, since 2021 we do things all the time, not always to Terada, of course, because we know that CIG don't want harassment and everything. So we was doing thing right, like we attack everyone, but like we separate each attack from I don't know
Okay.
2-3 weeks each attack. So this is not harassment. This is just a PvP game.
So making sure that it isn't like
So
consistently happening. Like
yeah,
every time this person's
exactly,
like live,
we
you're not
we we
always
have
getting
clear
the
exactly.
active like
we have rules about it. It's like we go in, we kill, we go out in like 20 minutes. We never come back in. We never
Okay.
hit him again for a week, even months. There is some streamer we haven't hit for like today. There is some streamer we haven't seen in game for like more than 8 months, I think, maybe more.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
but if we go kill them right now, they will say this is harassment. This is
yeah,
insane.
and every time, sometimes it's more like a forced
Oh,
reaction. Like the streamer is like shit talking about us. You get it.
when was the
That's like
last time that
Yeah.
you stumbled across him?
Who? Which one?
uh
There is a lot.
Well, any of them, I guess, because you're saying that if you were to go out and kill any of them right now, it would be called harassment, right?
yeah.
So when was the last time
Oh,
you went out and killed
Last
them?
time was the ban, I think.
yeah. I cannot say anything else than I don't play since the ban.
I mean, so what? Yeah, the thing I can't help but wonder, but what do they constitute as like a good amount of time between killings,
There is
right? Where
none.
it's not bannable. Like that doesn't.
There's no like boundary
There is
restriction.
none.
That's the problem.
Yeah, it
They
doesn't
don't
make any
mention that.
sense to me. Like, so if I dislike you, right, and it's like public knowledge I dislike you, and let's say I kill you in game 1 month ago, and I kill you again this month because I dislike you, is that like me? Like, is that like egregious? Am I griefing you because it's also public knowledge I dislike you? Like, what's defining these terms? This is the
Apparently,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, this is the stuff that we get upset about. It's like, give us some like clear direction instead of leaving everything so vague. It can't just be like a bunch of people get together and they're like, they spent their whole life never having any real life issues. So when something happens in a game, it's like, this isn't fair. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's the type of person
Yeah.
that never been punished as a child.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
what I feel it
completely.
is.
But yeah. Even at one point we was doing like separate each attack from 3 days. We will say for some
Mhm.
of them that we really dislike. But even there, we have like 5 minutes on his screen. I don't know, but in a PvP game, when I go in any PvP game, I sometimes see the same person more than that in three
Well,
days.
well, yeah, certainly,
And
especially with the way that
if he doesn't like me, I will see him each minute of my screen time.
Also,
So
take
yeah,
this into consideration how much smaller the French community as opposed to like say the US PvP
Yeah.
communities would be, you know? There's
Yeah.
a good
Yeah.
chance that you're going to join on the same people multiple times.
And
Also,
it's just nonsense because on top of that, you got to consider if this is supposed to be like a warring type game, there's going to be orgs that are against each other. So
Yep.
you're gonna attack, you're gonna kill on sight. You know what I
I
mean?
have a repeat to that because I have the replay of Niku about that because I tell him that because I was with him in vocal not long time ago. Just
Yeah.
after
Mhm.
when my ban is done, he want to talk with me in vocal to apologize for some things. He apologized for the he give information to an org. He apologized about that. He say,
Yeah.
yeah, I do a mistake. Will not say more about that.
So you
So
recognize that, and
yeah,
did you
and
guys come to like any kind of like certain
yeah,
like amends after that, or not so much?
we leaked what happened about it to Karl Kaput and other content creators. And when the video
Gotcha.
was up, Nico got wind of it. He told me in private message like that I was making fun of him and throwing shade at him. So, but later he said that he fucked up and said to Seraphim like, yeah, sorry.
Does that feel
Yeah,
more like damage
2 days
control
ago.
as opposed to like actually just
Yeah,
taking,
no, it's
responsibility?
not.
As always.
For me, it's not taking responsibilities. It's just damage control. You don't want us to become crazy and start to just hit everyone because we cool, but we will not because we are bored right now. But anyway, I don't remember what I was saying before starting talking about this.
It's okay.
Wait,
It's okay.
That's
it's
a good conversation then.
Elder, you was asking me something. I was about to repeat. Yeah, the oh shit, I miss again.
About there being like a specific amount of time in between like each time you kill
Yeah.
somebody and like it's just everything is
I
so
know.
vague basically. It's what I was
I
pointing out.
remember you was talking about org being in war between each other and wanting to
Yeah.
kill each other. Yeah, I talk about that to Niku. I tell him like, if I am in an org, like right now, I have some enemies that want my org to disappear, and I want some org to disappear, and I will kill them until they disappear because this is the game. This is how it will work. And what he replied to me is, the game is not finished. The game is not enough
Yeah,
developed
we've heard
to
that.
It's
Yeah.
kind
allow
of
people
bullshit.
to do that. And
Yeah.
all the time, the Niku have the audacity to tell us, wait, when we wait this much time to a game and like we were supposed to be in Pyro in 2020, I feel like you are shitting in my face when you tell me that. So
I mean, it's a good point. It was supposed to be so. You know that I'm sorry,
yeah,
just not to go off topic, right? But you know that they're gonna like release Pyro. I think it's gonna happen like very very soon now, and then they're gonna be like, "Here it is, see guys," like as if you're not like 4 years behind, you know. But
Yeah.
anyway,
yeah,
but
And
exactly.
the worst
Two
thing
steps
is,
ahead.
Nico always say like, okay, no guys, you can't disturb events, streamers, and things like that because if we let
Wait,
you do as you please, you will kill the community.
yeah,
But each time,
no, it
but
won't. Give me a break. It's not killing
yeah,
any
yeah,
community.
and each
The
time is
community
like
is
you have to. Yeah,
That's all right.
say
I
it.
was
Sorry.
gonna say it's been continuously growing this entire time, even with these things. So, like these fears of killing the community, it's nonsense. And
Yeah.
yeah, I think personally, I think it's nonsense. I think it's just like these weird Bob fears, and I think that the developers are Bob's.
Yeah,
Sorry,
you
guys.
will see later, but he's
I don't
really,
know.
really projecting. Like it's his own fear taking over. Like his good judgment about it.
Those big streamer events
Yeah.
don't happen much anymore. It's gonna be worse to comment on that comment, I guess, in the chat. It's going to be worse when you have everybody or a lot of people mesh into the servers together because even just random players who are in random pirate dogs are now going to be on the same server and they see this, they're going to attack. They're not going to be like, oh, wait a minute. They're racing. Let's leave them alone. Like a lot of people are just going to attack. You know what I mean? They really are. So,
Yeah, exactly. And this is what I don't understand about CIG. They how we say, like, they support the event of Damarali, for example. Why don't they just bring a server where only people that are on the
Like a
event
private
can
server.
go? So we have a private server for this type of event and specifically this one.
yeah, I
There is
mean,
no problem
There
for
was
me, and
actually
you don't have to punish anyone for anything because you do your job. Punishing
okay.
people for coming disturbing the event sound for me like a lazy solution. Like, we don't want to boring to do a private server, so if you come we will punish you. So imagine I am a new player, I have a A2, and I just come, I see some cars on the ground and I want to bomb them. I will get banned because what? Because CIG decide, and because the TOS have a so big hole in it that they can fill this specific action into this. This is
Okay.
stupid.
So
I
there was actually something that Papa Frida had mentioned during an interview that we had about the DMR rally, and it was actually in lieu of a lot of the things that were happening with like griefing. They want it to be dangerous. They want it to be like actively like a threat.
Yeah.
That is what the DMR rally is supposed to be. So
oh,
having anybody report during those seems kind of counterintuitive at that point,
okay,
especially
but
when you're hiring defense. You know,
to be devil's advocate here though, right?
yeah,
Not everybody's going to want that.
right.
And
Of
it's
course not.
okay for them not to want that, right? I think it's not I wouldn't be opposed to them if they want to create like was mentioned like a separate server for like big time events that they want to actually isolate from the community for those specific events, maybe it's like a big streaming event or something, I don't really see anything wrong with that. Like having AC private lobbies that can actually do those things and it works, like that's fine. I don't see anything wrong with that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but not
I don't
every
see anything wrong about that too.
yeah,
I
It's
don't
okay
really
for me.
agree with
but
it,
not
to be honest.
yeah, but not every event is like a protectable event by CIG, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I get if they
Mhm.
want good PR, you know, they're gonna have like these events that they can create like a server for or whatever. I don't
And,
see the problem
Yeah.
there.
But the
Anyway,
sandbox,
actually, the events, for me, in my point of view, most of the events that are fighting events or things like that are just to mimic what we want the game to be in the future. We want to be
Yeah,
a
yeah,
battlefield, and we try
Mhm.
to mimic a battlefield. So what is the problem if someone third party come and fight you because this is what you try to recreate? Just because you don't like them, it doesn't mean they don't have to be there, and you have to defend yourself.
yeah.
Okay.
There
I
is
mean,
no reason.
Before we get like too off topic, I'm going to shift us back to the PowerPoint.
Yeah.
this
Just
feels
because
on topic
I
to
feel
me.
like it does
It's
feel on
no,
topic, but
I'm
I
good. I'm
kind
good.
of want to
I'm
like
good. I'm just
address
kidding.
things in like
You're
a certain
good.
order. So like for
It's-
context and everything else.
yeah.
What do you guys know about Niku when he like, I want a little bit of like backstory on this guy, just because
yeah.
I'm just interested about that.
Okay.
No, it's Vardrack that no.
Yeah, it's my job. So Nico has been a community manager for a long time.
Mhm.
He has been doing like little side project, but the main one is he was one for the other Soul Online on Zenimax
Okay.
for something like that I forgot, and Baldur's Gate. Like the latest one before joining CIG was Baldur's Gate.
Yeah. Gotcha.
As I said before, it joined in August 2023, so it's
Mhm.
a recent one, to be honest, like 1 year and a half.
Okay.
He has been a player on other sandbox game like Elite Dangerous and EVE Online. He's part of the Gunswarm on EVE Online, so it's not like it doesn't know how sandbox games are supposed to be. If you're a vassal of Gunswarm, you know the work, like you know how it works and stuff like
But
that.
just something about that. He's just the industry slave. Okay, so
Yeah,
continue.
So he's
yeah,
not
he's
like
not.
actually super involved in the PvP community when it came to Elite Dangerous
Nah,
or Eve Online.
it's like
It's more like
bobbing
industrial
in,
work. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
bobbing in EVE.
Okay.
And as I say, he's a Bob Maxing. Like his main like thing that he loves to do is like piloting alien ship, doing cargo, doing a rescue mission, playing as a medic, being helpful to the community and stuff like that. It's like Bob Maxing, like being an average Star Citizen player.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what Elder Scrolls Online would have looked like for a community manager position, but I would imagine there's some form of PvP. But I think they have a flag on and flag off system for that,
Yeah, it
right?
is. It
They
is.
do,
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's not quite the same system as like CIG
I mean, they
has
can't.
intended.
I don't
Hopefully,
think they
you
can
know.
really do anything like that either with CIG because of the fact that with this game they want part of the economy to be the risk,
Yeah,
right? You can't like it
my bad.
will affect everything as far as the economy goes. Like if it's like, oh, this guy can get, you know, the most expensive materials in and just flag himself off PvP. Why would
Mhm.
anyone flag? You know what I mean? It will mess with the whole economy of it. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
This is why a game like not Star Citizen, the other one, the one that looked like a Star
Eve?
Citizen cheap version. No, not Eve, the other one.
Elite
Elite
Dangerous.
Dangerous.
Elite
Yeah,
Dangerous, yeah, the
Oh
cheap
yeah, yeah,
version.
okay. Yeah.
Graphic, I mean.
that one's a little
Uh,
different because it
I
has
mean,
like an offline and like single player mode,
yeah,
though.
and this
It
is
Right?
what
does,
I
yeah.
mean. I mean, you can go offline of the PvP, you farm, and then you come back in the fighting server with the resource of the PvE server. This is kind of stupid in my point of view, and it doesn't work. And the game doesn't have any deep, like fighting between orcs. You cannot lose anything if you don't want to lose something.
There's no
So
risk.
there is
Yeah.
no deep. There is no
Yep.
deep, and this is why nobody playing it anymore, or only really involved player that want the game to survive. But right now there is no big war or anything like you can decide
Mhm.
if you die or not, so there is no point.
It would
One
kill
game.
the intention of what Chris Roberts wanted for this game to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
one game I know it's not like in the same category, but one that comes to mind when I think of like open world PvP all the time is Mortal Online 2.
Yeah.
where you have the option to, get out of like the freshy, like early stages, and then as soon as you're into the actual like world, it is fair game. You could be in a
Yeah.
trader, you can be killed. That's how it could be like in Star Citizen. But I feel
Yeah.
like they actually have like a pretty like decent system with some of the armistice and like spaceports and like landing zones. Just keep it to that, and let it free range after that. Let
But
the players kind of like do what they want with their own agency. That's how you get
I
like a
think
proper economy and everything.
I find it a bit hypocritical. Like if people are saying like, yeah, but there is no safe spot and you should wait because right now you're destroying the game if you do this and that and this. It's like expecting player to refrain themselves from playing the sandbox as it is it made. Like the limit of the sandbox is given by the developer and the player are just doing what they want. It's like player agency. They do what they want in the sandbox. And telling player to not do this or wait for that or limit themselves for that, it's like no other sandbox game is doing that. No one is saying, okay, go
Yeah.
play. No, no, not like this. No, I don't want this. No, please don't do this.
Can
Arbitrary rules to stop player from having fun, their own
can I
fun.
yeah, and
Yeah,
can
that's
I
weird,
just
Albert.
comment on the fact that it feels to me like I get that they're like as far as like the in-game systems are lacking because they haven't developed them yet, but it feels like what they're doing is they're holding like the PvP players responsible for their lack of
Yeah,
progress. You
Yeah,
yeah,
know,
I
like
understand.
like it's like, hey, this is what we're gonna have someday, but we don't have it yet, so don't come and play that yet. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't to
Yeah,
me it's
it's literally what Nico tell me. It's
yeah.
literally what he say. He tell me like, yeah, but you cannot because right now we don't have the police, we don't have the turrets, we don't have. And I'm like, where the fuck it is my problem? It's not my
yeah.
problem. It's
Do you
yours.
do you have a
You have the
slide for that
money.
conversation, or is that something
And
that you discuss like down the line? I'm just wondering if there was a visual for that one, because you like
Which
before
one?
anything said, this is the like agreement where you're talking about stuff like there was some like
yeah,
DMs that were like screenshotted, but you had an agreement that you asked, can I share all our exchanges here with other community members, which is what we're currently doing. He says, okay, no worries, you can do that, that's fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
um is there anything that you're talking about right now that's actually shown in like a visual slide? Just kind of curious.
Was this a slide from my
Not
ex?
really. To
Sorry.
to to,
Sorry.
to be honest, I haven't put everything. Like there is a lot and a lot
Yeah,
and
and
a
that's
lot of
okay. Don't
messages.
expect you to do that either. That's fine.
So yeah, no, we'll just treat it as it go. Maybe if I
That's fine.
remember, there is a like precise slide I will tell you, but I don't think
Sure.
so.
No worries.
Yeah, it's like there is a lot of things to talk about, and we can easily get miss in the talking. So yeah,
Yeah, okay.
Bob.
So
By the way, Bob Maxing is an awesome term. All right, go ahead.
oh,
Go
thank
ahead.
you.
Sorry.
So where should CIG set its boundaries for getting involved with in-game infiltration and event disruption? This is kind of more talking about what we were discussing before. This is I know I jumped ahead a little bit, but this is something that I kind of want to discuss a little bit because we know that, like you had mentioned, Niku caught wind of what Seraphim was doing, and then he leaked out that information to his buddies in a Discord.
Yeah, yeah.
Was
yeah.
this when he was using his CIG tag on a server too? Was he like
Oh yeah,
actively on the server
yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah.
event?
No,
No, he
no,
wasn't.
Eh,
he was not. He just sent them because he
okay.
doesn't want. And his reply, when I tell him, why do you give the information and everything, he tell me, why do you want to boring people? It's not good. But actually, I don't care his personal point of view. He's a community manager. He's not supposed to let his personal point of view go with his job. Do your job. I don't ask you your point of view. I don't care about it. I just ask you to do your job. I'm not
Do you think
his boss,
You
I don't care.
you
do you think
But
Discord DMs are the place for that though? Maybe you should be using like say Spectrum or something else a little bit more.
it is
we
his
we
Um,
we had
you know,
we had we had we had some discussion on Spectrum because Niku wanted our feedback and make it official so he can share
okay,
with other people. If you go to slide like 1.5, you will see it. It's like a screenshot from Spectrum.
okay,
and actually he contacted me by he with this Discord to talk to me about in-game punition and in-game future punition and things like that. So
Okay.
if you talk to me like a community manager with this account, then it's a community manager account, and I
Yep.
consider it
I
like
gotcha.
that.
No, that's fair.
And
That's
when
fair.
I
I was
give
just
him the
wondering if that was.
information, yeah, but when I give him the information, I was giving him as a community manager, of course, not to use
Mhm.
it to give it to the guy. And
Yeah,
this is
that makes
logic.
sense. I gotcha. And that's
This is
kind of
logic.
where it becomes like this weird, like, where do you make that separation? If you're like playing the game and also have this position, how do you keep that separate? You know, like that's it just otherwise creates that like weird, like internal conflict of interest, I feel, you know?
This is not his org. This is like that. It's his job. If I was not punished for stream sniping, I don't have to prove myself innocent, and I don't have to
Hmm.
give him this information, and he doesn't have to
Oh,
bother.
yeah.
Is
So
this
what I'm getting is it's
yeah.
basically you're guilty until proven innocent. Is what's happening here.
Like is
And even if you prove innocence, they don't care because
No,
Okay.
yeah, you don't go
the-
anywhere with it. You already had the ban.
So which streamer is he kind of like
no,
known to be associated with, or like org is he known to be associated with? I'm
Terada.
just kind of curious.
yeah,
Terada? Okay.
Tarada, but
Terada. And there is a pirate org named Disorder as well.
Okay.
That gets special treatment.
yeah, they
Because
do stream sniping, but when they do it, and we say like they just do the same as us, he say like, yeah, but them, it's okay. We are like, okay,
they're
And
all
you feel
playing
like that creates
pirates, so
like
it's
a
very
okay.
little bit of
well.
a weird double standard almost, right? Is that
Yeah,
what you're
yeah, yeah,
saying?
there
Oh,
is.
this
Okay.
is completely, and they was on the page of RSI, on the top
Okay.
of the org, pirate org, and we are not, and we are more active, more people playing. Of course, we have some bans, but they deserve it too because they do the same, but they don't. Surprise, they don't.
Hmm. Okay. So
This is kind of weird.
yeah. So at what point then do you think stream sniping would go too far? Like say you're doing like every day, the same content creator. Do you think
Yeah,
it's appropriate at that point for CIG to respond with, you know, corrective action?
I
I
think.
mean, this is not about harassment or things like that.
Okay.
Actually, I can understand if you follow the guy all the day. Like, imagine he leave the server because this is the good things to do,
Okay.
and he change server. You follow him, and you follow him, and you follow him. Then, okay, you are harassing him right now, and you are boring, and you don't want him to play. Because if there is more system like the 100 that we are supposed to play with, but we will never.
You're talking about
Uh,
like you're talking about the static server meshing, correct?
yeah, I'm talking about anything, the all the system that
Hmm.
how to say, like Pyro, Stanton, and
Yeah.
all the other
Gotcha.
one, the 100. You
Hmm.
understand? So
Yep.
yeah, if we had all this system, then the guy can just run away in another system, and it's okay. If we follow him, he can call his friend and everything. Right now, he cannot. So I can understand he changed server to avoid this because this is the only way. If you follow him again and again on different server, okay, don't do this, and we
That's the
don't.
point to like actually
So
do
yeah,
that, like to actually
we
like
never
step
do
in
that.
and like take
Yeah,
action is what you're trying to say.
at the beginning we was never banned because the red limit of CIG at this moment was if you fight someone, if you kill him, then if you don't follow him on the next server and the next one, then it's okay. You have killed
Okay.
him, he go away, this is finished.
Yeah.
It's okay, and we was doing with it, and we don't come for 3 days because this was our consideration for him.
Okay.
So just like that. This is my point
There,
of view.
yeah. There was actually like just so everybody's aware, we did reach out also to Tarada for like, you know, comment on the whole situation. I could share that really quick if you guys want to. It's up to you.
You can.
Yeah, you can. I think, to be honest, not a good look for him, but I mean, he said what he said.
Do it. He just say that it's okay if you show it, so show it.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
have any, I don't
Okay.
care.
Give me a second. So bring this up. I think we're on the right page now. It
Do
is
you
very tiny
translate?
because it's Discord chatter. Before answering your
It's
question,
not
I'll give
bad there
you
though. It's not
a
bad there.
quick
It's good.
portrait of myself because I think with the language barrier, English speakers have no idea who I am as a player and as a streamer. I'm a PvP player. I love kicking ass. I love wild PvP, ranked, closed, organized in all of its forms. I love doing piracy, explosions. I love competition. I love facing other group of players and winning. As such, sometimes I get a little frustrated, but I never insult anyone. Also, I love good gameplay, and otherwise, I do not like streamers who scream stream sniping the moment they get attacked by chance once. I do not like people who use mechanics of a broken alpha to win fights and believe they're better than others. And I hate people who pretend to be PvP players when they're just using it to ruin others' experiences with no in-game.
Oh,
Can I stop you for real quick?
Just
So
yeah, let's
I
what's up,
I did
Alfred?
want to ask them a question. So he
Mhm.
says here, I do not like streamers who scream stream sniping the moment they get attacked by chance once. So would you
But you do.
say he is one of them? In
He
your
I
is.
would
opinion?
say not all the time. I will not be shit talking. So
Okay.
not all the time, but
Okay.
when it is about us, he know we hate and he hate us as well. So this is kind of a war because he have an org right now and we
Okay.
have ours and we are in war right now. When we found his guys on Arena Commander, we don't need him to fight. We fight until the death.
So
That's all.
you're
This is
in
like that.
you're in war with them. Is this a CIG
Mm.
approved war?
No.
Sorry. All right.
I tell this to CIG and they say like, "Oh, yeah, but don't hurt Tirana." Okay, nice. So yeah, basically, if you have a streamer, you have a shield around your org, and I cannot wait until the base, and you just put a streamer on the base looking at the sky, and that's all with one viewer, of course, because this is enough to get banned. And you just wait, and if a A2 passed, then he's banned because
Streamer,
he bombed your
bro,
base.
back off.
Okay,
Exactly.
so this is
This is the
I
shield.
just want to keep going with that. So our shield right now that you're noticing, it seems like Niku has stepped in kind of on his own like time to try and step in and actually make those corrective actions for his friend as like a favor, or do you think that he's just doing that on
It
in
is
his own regard?
uh, in his own. It is the weekend. He doesn't work. He do it for the fun
So he's like
because
off
he
the
like
clock.
it.
It's not like he's
Yeah,
professionally
he's
being
off the
called to
clock.
do this. Okay, gotcha.
He's
All
not
right.
professionally called. Like he's in
Um,
weekend. He do the kitchen, and then he say, "Oh, Terra need me. I will ban some people." No, I'm
okay.
joking. Not at
I'm
this
gonna keep
much.
reading this as well. By the way, I'm just so we're getting a little bit like
So
off
I
topic
I
here.
will just
But
say
yeah,
about something. When he say, "I do not like people using broken
exploits.
mechanics," he talk about
Where was that?
missiles and distortion because for him this is broken. Okay, that's all.
Missiles are kind of broken, to be fair, but that's not a
Yeah, but
reason to
everything
Yeah.
is on the
leave
game
that.
of when he
Yeah,
knows.
Everything. So
Yeah.
pretty much.
Where the whole
you can
game is
talk
broken.
something more broken than something else.
So yeah, what you're telling me is he doesn't like us playing the game because it really is just one big broken mechanic. Okay, gotcha.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna keep reading
and
here
same idea. There is
right after.
double standard for him too because he play inside a Firebird.
Okay. And finally, for years, I've been trying to make PvP more accessible to the general public through my streams and videos because I know that in 2024, it's a complicated subject and most people are not in favor of it. He's talking about like PvP, not necessarily like stream sniping and griefing.
Yeah,
The
it's
first question I actually asked him was kind of more like involving you guys. How often have you dealt with stream sniping, more specifically from MAMMON? He says it's difficult to figure out or figure when an action has been repeated for several years, far too many. How often have you guys like targeted like Toretta as like a target?
What?
this year.
Like
It's at
like prior to
in-
like 2023 and 2024 when like Niku stepped into the role of like community manager. Were you
oh,
guys hitting him as like a target before then? I'm just kind of curious.
Oh yes, of course, because since 2021, because I I on some of his video on YouTube you can see that I have organized events for this guy before, but one day he do something to me at one event, like he ruined it just because he was not happy with his streamer privilege because I don't give him. So he killed everyone and put everyone in prison. But this is a story. So until then, I'm kind of mad. So I will not, I'm not a good guy. So I punish
Okay.
him again and again, and he continued to trash talk on me. And the more he trash talk, the more I hurt. That's
yeah.
all.
To answer
So
your
you use that
question, it's like
as like a motivation to continue further is what you're saying, or
Yeah, actually, if you shit talk on me, I will come shit talk on your face. That's all.
okay.
and to be
I
to be
love
clear,
it.
Terada shit talk is all about they're bad. I beat them. I could beat them, but they're cheating using.
But he never killed
bot.
me in 1v1.
Yeah.
Okay.
So every time we kill him, it's like, okay, what's the excuse now? Oh, they use that, and stuff. And to answer
So
your
f-
question, like
Mhm.
a streamer like Terada, we will hit him like about 5, 6, 7 times a year, maybe 8 if really, really excellent. So yeah,
Wow.
not every day, not every week, not every month.
The funny part is he accuses us to use the most broken weapon of the game, but he used CIG support as a weapon, and this is so fucking powerful.
Okay. He does go on to say there's only MAMMON. Oddly enough, there are a lot of other PvP organizations and pirates in the game, but I don't have any problems with them. And the third thing that your
Jeez.
question doesn't take into account, am I their only target? No, Seraphim and Vardrack, Vardrack, are looking to attack people who have visibility. They have camera syndrome. They're not looking for PvP at all. They just want to be seen. And the more viewers, the better. Um, they're known throughout the Twitch community for being the toxic players in the French community, even the PvP organizations, who I am on good terms with for the most part, don't support them, and want to chase them away. So that was just one other part that I didn't want to like leave out because I felt
So-
like, full context.
Can I ask a question in regards to what he just claimed?
Sure.
Yeah, what?
Where does it say? At what point? Hold on. Where does it say Vardrack? Oh,
Right
there it
here.
is. In Vardrack, okay, Seraphim and Vardrack are looking to attack people who have visibility. They have camera syndrome. So, allowing you to defend yourself or not, is that true?
No.
Actually, I'm there, so I love cameras.
The fun fact
But
and the fun
no.
fact is like we eat them like out of stream, but we don't get reported because it's not streamed enough at this point.
And we
Okay.
have good, how to say, um, some streamers we are in good terms and we attack them once and we never come back, or we come back but we always do something cool, like with LizzyB we do some cool things like RP, things like that.
Mhm.
And we try
Yeah.
all the time to make the encounter fun for both part, because I understand that this is his basically job, and the streamer need content and I'm not there to completely ruin them. So I come and I try to add something because this is fun and this is cool, and I'm not completely a stupid guy. But when
Okay.
it comes to someone that insults me, I will not have this kindness, And I feel that this is just
Yeah.
logic.
Okay.
So, question for you guys: have the recent bans to MAMMON damaged the org's reputation within the community? He was talking about this. Like, I'm just curious. Like, I don't know much about like the French PvP community and the organizations behind it, but I'm wondering how much that's
Um,
affected that whole like relationship and dynamic down the line.
no, actually, nobody care about that. But of course, there is a lot of jealous in the French community. Actually, one fact about French is simple: like numbers matters, and if you are above someone with your number of people in your org or something, they will hate you. As well, if you want a bigger salary than them, they will hate you. This is the same. There is no more to understand with the French community. This is kind of sad, but it's like that. So we have a lot of haters. We have a lot of people that like us as well, and basically we more like to have good how to say good relation with international people than with
Okay.
French, because yeah, sometimes it's not so cool French.
Okay.
The French community is really turned against itself. Like they doesn't look about what happened on the exterior of the French community, and streamers have a really, really, really big influence on people. So a whole org like us that will attack streamer, there is a lot of people that feel attacked in the same way. And like in the English community, when a streamer will brigade his community to defend himself, everyone will shit on him. In the French community, it's like a Monday. Like a streamer trying to mass report and say like, okay, do this, please report them, please do this, please cancel them. Blackmailing community server like Discord servers, blackmailing them like, please remove them from the server. I don't want to see their video. They shouldn't exist there and stuff like that. It's like every day.
Do you think that
Yeah.
with griefing and having that as your main objective in a game, you're kind of signing up for that though? You're signing up for people just outright hating you as a player in a
We
PvPer,
don't
right?
care. It's
Okay,
Actually,
optional.
this is good because the good
That's
part
it's
is,
just like a
yeah,
genuine question. It's kind of like the fuck around, find out kind of
Yeah.
formula. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah,
So I'm
exactly.
just interested to hear your take about that.
And I don't know. Another good thing about being ate by all the French is when we recruit someone, he cannot go away. So basically, we
Trap them.
just
Yeah.
yeah, we basically recruit them when they beginning, and
So
then this is finished.
you're
But
like
they
griefing
accept.
them with bad reputation, I guess, right?
Yeah, exactly. We cures. We are cures, and they cannot take off it off their skin, and nobody trusts them anymore. Like some of our guys go away, and then they come back, and they are like, "Okay, nobody trusts me nowhere." They all think that I am a spy or something.
Now
Okay.
now people are going to be
This is
less apt to join you guys because they know this fact.
So
oh,
here's something that
it's
I'm
okay.
gonna move on to the next part if that's okay, guys. The second question that he answered, this is one that kind of collaborative. We try to target some questions to just kind of see what his takes were on it, but keeping kind of a neutral stance so you can keep that engagement, that conversation going. That's kind of the whole point of this platform in the first place, too. I asked him, at what point did the event disruption warrant a report to CIG? He replies, I don't know why these idiots think they got banned because they destroyed an event. They got banned because they repeat harassment and stream hacking. And they were already in overcredit with CIG, which, if you're repeated, this is something we had a discussion with on, I think, a podcast with Fur, where if you're repeating the same, um, how to say it, like the
Action.
same actions, right? You're eventually going to have each of those punishments increased over time,
Yeah.
right? I think that's
Yeah.
how CHA has always worked,
Hold
as
on
far
a
as I
second
know.
here.
Like
No.
if you break a
It
rule,
cannot change, to be honest. Like
you don't think
before,
it
it
should
was
change?
like, okay, you take three days, then 7, then a month, then 3 months. Like the last time we got banned, like a few weeks ago, there's people
Mhm.
that joined Star Citizen like a month ago, 2 months ago,
They got like a
never
month
had
ban, right?
prior issues with CIG, and they got 1 week bans or 1 month ban.
Okay,
So they
gotcha.
don't care anymore. Like there
It,
is
it it
no,
almost
Yeah.
sounds like they're trying to take more drastic measures against
yeah.
this to prevent it from happening. Is what I'm
I
kind of
think
gathering from this, right?
before the strategy was like managing, I would say like banning, but as a mean of okay, calm down now, please. If you go again, we will calm down you again. Right now,
Mhm.
it's a dissuasion. Like you fuck around, we will ban you. There is no
This is
nuance.
damage control.
Yeah,
They
Okay.
basically use the card against us. Fuck around and find out. But yeah,
Oh, he
difficult.
does add here. Finally, they got banned 3 days after my event. Knowing CIG, do you think they think they're quick enough to ban people in just under 3 days if the procedures weren't already underway?
I
And to
think
answer your
I think
question,
they are.
I never report anyone unless it's repeated, targeted, and an obvious act. Moreover, I don't report if I don't have any proof of this. But for that, you'll understand well that I can't give you more details. And we did
trust
discuss
me,
that.
bro.
My way to address that is that just don't report people.
Yeah,
Deal with PvP issues in game, as
Yeah,
Known
I
Xylo has mentioned. And
like
honestly, I prefer that approach as well. It just doesn't make sense to do it otherwise.
yeah,
Actually, yeah.
so repeated harassment. Can I jump on a couple of these? So
Yeah, of course.
repeated harassment. You guys are saying that this isn't somebody that you repeatedly. What's repeated harassment constitute as here? Like how often
yeah.
has it been?
If you want
Each
the
3 months
timetable,
we attack him.
if you want
Like
the
that.
timetable on my presentation, like
Yeah.
each ban, like every time we hit Terada, there is a ban. And each ban, I timed it. It's like every 3 months for 1 year and a half, I think. Every 4 months, maybe. Like we hit him like 4 times, got 4 bans in a year and
Yeah.
a half.
He has been
Uh,
killed 4 times in a PvP game. This is harassment, you understand?
I do want to also jump on the fact that he called it stream hacking. So
I
I
Yeah.
feel
think
like that's almost like using the word hacking as like a buzzword because it sounds more egregious.
Yeah,
maybe
maybe.
using like
No.
a stream as a way to pretty much like exploit a
Yeah,
system
and
to
I'm
find
not.
somebody.
I'm
I
not.
think that's what it means.
Yeah, and I'm not specifically trying
Yeah.
to hate on him or anything. I just
No, of course
I'm
not.
just this is how I'm interpreting things, right?
Sure.
The other thing is that he does ask, do you think CIG is quick enough to ban people in just under 3 days? Yes,
Yeah,
when it's
there
It
specific
is.
groups. When it's specific groups, I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah.
I think they see the group and they're on it. That's what I think.
I
Like-
think it also depends on the value of the person that's being, like targeted as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That might come
A
into
lot,
play
a lot
too.
of time after bans, we can see Teradar bragging about having relation with CIG, having contact, having making folders about us and transmitting to CIG, getting proof and stuff like that. Him and the whole circle of streamer that goes around him talks a lot about doing folders or about just giving it to CIG and it's done. They're banned. Fuck him. Like each time.
Yeah. All the French streamers share a list of ban on Twitch together. I don't know if you know English too, but I don't know. But they share it, and each time they see a specific name, they have an agreement. They all do a report to CIG, and they
Yeah,
all
which we've
link
covered
it
that. Yeah.
to. They
Yep.
all link it to
Heard about that.
Niku, because Niku asked it. Because he won't personally be informed of who is stream sniping. But basically, strange. But in the French community, the only team that have been punished is us. And you have some teams that do the same that are not punished. And we know them, so we know.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm allowing that.
So there's another question. So here's one that I asked him about server meshing because this came up in our conversation about how it's going to be even more difficult to prevent stuff like this from happening with these like systems in place. So will server meshing increase the frequency of stream sniping? He answers, I can't wait for server meshing so that all the organizations hunting the MAMMON can actually do it. Otherwise, no, I wouldn't see a difference. I'm already a PvP player. It's already me attacking people, not the other way around.
um,
And then, can I just read the last one so we can go back to your slide? Would that be okay, guys?
absolutely not. Nope.
Yeah, sure.
Too bad. Deal with it. Do you think Star Citizen could benefit from a hands-off approach from CIG and allow for player agency to deal with PvP encounters? To which he replies, "What's the connection between PvP and people maliciously using the game to harm and harass others? As a PvP player, I don't like this mix. And that's why the majority of the French PvP organizations hate the MAMMON. They spread a false idea of PvP and piracy. CIG must moderate its community. That's how it works everywhere, and it's normal. As for PvP, as you've probably understood, I'm all for handling that in-game if it's just PvP. I hope these answers satisfy you. Don't hesitate to share them. I've got nothing to hide." And yeah, we did have a conversation about this for a little while in the DMs, and like I said, I did get permission from him to post all of this, so we're good. And we got an ad break, so let's we're gonna go to
Oh, is it an
commercial
ad
for just
break
a
right
minute.
now?
Ad break.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All
So
right.
let's do that first, and then we'll come right back.
Okay. We'll go to the. Yeah. Let's go to the screen or
Stand by
whatever.
screen.
Yeah.
If you guys need to use the bathroom or anything for And we're back from a commercial break. Thanks for waiting, guys. So the question that we're gonna like focus back again about is where should CIG set boundaries for getting involved with in-game infiltration and event disruption? I think we go through this timeline like through and through. So if you want me to like switch a slide, I don't know who wants to kind of lead that one, Vardrack or Seraphim. I'll leave it up to you guys.
Oh, I
I
let
know.
Vardrack do.
Yeah, if you want, we can go way by one, like just see and if there is
We've
something
already done
interesting
the
to show, and yeah,
Bob maxing one. We know
yeah,
that one.
yeah,
So what is this is the agreement. We knew what that was about. That was just saying, hey, it's okay to share these, like, like the information from the DM. So there's
yeah,
full disclosure there. Red
yeah,
flag number one, putting himself in situations, giving a personal twist to everything. So what
yeah.
exactly
It
is this all about?
before there was any decision of moderation against us, like bans or something like that, between August 2023 and November 2023, we had many discussions with Niku because Niku was very involved in talking with PvP teams, like player over player teams. And
Okay.
we had many discussion about him, and we were asking like the boundaries, like, okay, Niku, I know you will be very present with us. I know there is a lot of matter that will go through you, and we want to know what you think about that, this, that. And there is 3 red flags that we've seen from him, like instincts about him. Even before he did anything in the community, we were like, okay,
Okay.
there are some things that feel like something will happen. Like we will take flak. We have to. And the first one is like every time we ask Niku his perspective on something, he would place himself as a victim of it. It's like, yeah, if we kill someone at a station, yeah, I don't think it's fun because if I was in this place and I was killed in the station every time.
Okay.
So that was
So
a first red flag.
can I read this response really quick? This is what
Yeah,
he said. Personally, if I get killed once like that, well, not cool, especially if I had all my equipment and the player in front of me didn't gain anything in exchange except to annoy another player for no valid reason. Grieving. So if a player files a ticket about it because he got killed in an armistice zone and or killed several times by the same player with the sole aim of preventing him from playing, support will investigate and may punish. It all depends on the context. If the player was defending an area like Korea or Jumptown, but spawn kills not tolerated. So this sounds like it's more restricted to like stations, right? Like this is more
yeah.
like actual spawn areas,
The
not
question was
necessarily
like,
out in the verse.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah, the question was like, if we deadlock a station, like no one goes until we say you can go, what happened? Like, it is interesting if someone crushed himself on us, like killing himself again and again and again, we will be punished about that. And Nico was like, it isn't fun, so why you do this?
So he was
Yeah,
just
but
kind of questioning the whole point of like what Mammon's doing in the first place.
Hold on. So he defined what fun was and told you don't do it because it's not fun.
So
Yeah.
red
Is that
flag
what
number
I'm hearing?
two, clear cut
Yeah.
vision on what fun is and isn't. This is what you were just talking about, right?
Yeah.
So what I would only ask of PvP players is not to try to kill someone by watching the stream so you can kill them. Location exactly. Not to seek to voluntarily ruin an event of a content creator that has been prepared in advance. Not chain killing a player. It has no interest if it is not to protect an area like Korea, Jumptown, Ghost Hollow. Search for preventing a player from playing as search for, I think that was a
Yeah, it was
unfinished statement.
searching, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Preventing a player from playing is no fun for either side. Beautiful content is interesting. One-sided overwhelming force is not good. So
Can I just comment on that?
yeah,
Can I jump on that real quick?
please do. Yeah.
So to have CIG say preventing a player from playing is no fun for either side, right? But then also design mechanics where you get put in prison. Am I the only one that finds that ironic?
I'm less.
I know you can call
less
that
about
playing,
but
but like,
one-sided
isn't
overwhelming
that
force?
Hold on though, but
Think-
isn't that like the same
yeah.
thing as like me PvPing somebody and that prevents them from playing also? Like, isn't that kind of the same thing?
Not really. I don't know. That's a weird.
You don't
one.
think that's the same thing? I don't want to be in prison. That's BS. That was like
You go
one
to
of the
prison
worst
because
things.
of your actions in game.
No,
That's
no.
fine.
Hear me out. Hear me out. I started this game not knowing what the hell I was doing. Right?
You have a merit bank. You're fine.
Kept getting a crime stat, doing missions that I didn't know were going to give me a crime stat, and then ended up in prison for 12 hours, not knowing what I was doing. And the prison system was broken. I couldn't.
You know what
I couldn't deposit any of the mining materials, so I was just stuck in prison.
You know what I'm going to say to that? Skill issue.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, sure. But you see what I'm
actually-
saying? Like, I find that very ironic to say that, being that they put us into a position where it's like, you're a criminal. You're not allowed to play the game the way you want to play it. So I don't know.
It's a one-sided fun, so you have been griefed by CIG. Can you report him then? Like Chris Robert, fuck you, I'm gonna report you.
I'm gonna
So
report
what's
the
interesting about this is
developers.
one-sided overwhelming force.
By the way,
this like right
actually,
here, the one-sided overwhelming force makes me think of like master modes and how easy it is now to be in like a large group and just overwhelm people. Like that just kind of feels counterintuitive to the systems that they're talking, or like what Niku specifically is talking about here. I don't know. That's maybe not observation. Elder, I'm sorry I gave you shit.
No, you're good. No, I was reading what they were. No, I'm not mad. I'm reading what they were saying. Like, so Nomad 909. No, going to prison is the result of criminal actions, which he probably said before I point out the fact that when I first started, I didn't even know what criminal actions were in the game. I was doing a Vaughn mission, ended up in prison. I ended up in prison like 10 times in a row, not knowing what I was doing, right?
What am I doing wrong here, guys? Why am I going to jail?
You know, so
I just
want to I was just I'm not mad. I don't care. I was just reading the comments.
Yeah.
So
actually,
what were you gonna say, Seraphim? Go for it. Sorry. I feel like I'm cutting people off, so I gotta like back off a little bit there. My bad.
I don't think you are. You're good. No, you're good.
Okay. Whoa. Red flag number 3. What is this? Stalking behavior. What is? Can you explain this?
Do you hear me?
What is?
Oh, we can hear you now.
There you go.
Now.
Yep, you're working.
Oh yeah, nice. It was not working. Yeah. Yeah. I was just saying, like, for me, actual system of the prison, because they don't move it, I feel it's like a soft ban. I'm sorry for that, but I feel like a soft ban.
I'm dying at this slide.
I would rather have like a designated system in game where it's all automated as opposed to being, you know, moderated by people. If there's like a proper system for, you know, like I strike like a high profile character in game, I get like, you know, like high security, like prison, you get sent to like, you know, space jail, like proper, if that's the case, right? You kill enough people, you get that like reputation. That's one thing that the game is actually lacking right now, is like an in-game reputation system to actually keep track of how like NPCs and how players should even, you know, like say react to you. And it's because we're flying in an unpolished MMO at that point, you know.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Not to
so
cut you
can
off.
we explain this? What is this? By the way,
I have a two-part question for this right here.
Sure.
Yeah.
One, who is it he's talking to here? 2, do you have an OnlyFans, and why is he watching it?
So the screen on it. Yeah. I think it was the 07 that didn't go as
turned into enough. No, I don't think he was talking about OnlyFans.
I know he's yeah.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
So this is in Discord. This is in like multiple platforms. Like what exactly is going on here?
It's a Discord and the CIG support. Like when there is ban issued or we talk with something, Nico tends to take the ticket and go with it. And the worst thing is there is only messages. Like there is only one when it's a Seraphim message. But I'm not the one that gets the most message about it. Like every time Nico contact me, it's like, okay, we have this subject, and it's not like every day or every month or something like that. It's like over 1 year and a half. But Seraphim got contacted like way more than me, like a lot.
Wild.
Yeah, really a lot.
Does that feel like too much involvement? Too much involvement, almost.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I'm accused of harassment, but I feel like I'm the one that get arrested.
Yeah,
But
we agree.
yeah, completely. Like he sent me so much message at one point, and I finished by not replying. And when he started to ask me things and menacing me of things because he do, I finished by just doing like I'm at work. I don't fucking care. I have a life. Stop boring me. Like the game is not my life. I understand you are a community manager and this is your life, but this is not mine. So stop boring me.
So it's nice to have
Because
that
he
like
was
clear
asking me
separation. Like
questions.
when you're not
Yeah,
making
he was
moves.
asking me
Yeah.
things. Yeah, like I was in holiday and he sent me a message saying, "Stop stream sniping." And I was like, "Bro, it's 1 week. I'm in the mountain. I don't have my computer. Stop fucking boring me."
So that
And
was him
yeah, and he
making an
was like,
assumption, is what you're saying?
and what he tell me is like, "Yes, but the mammons." And I was like, "I don't fucking care. I'm in holiday. The game is the game. The real life is real life. So stay out right now. Let me."
Keep those boundaries up.
Because
Okay,
you
gotcha.
know.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah,
Um,
yeah, the last message he sent me, it's because him and Vardrack talk about something, and he come to me like if I was the mom of Vardrack and tell me, Vardrack, tell me this, and I was like, it's an adult, talk with him, I don't care.
what is your role
I
in
don't have to take
Mammon?
responsibilities. Me?
So Seraphim, what's your role in then Vardrack? Just so I have like context, what are your roles within like Mammon? Is it like
I
leadership or
create
just like a
mammons.
member? You created
Yeah,
Mammon? Okay.
yeah, I'm the leader. Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
completely. But in
Vardrack,
my point of view, um, oh yeah, Vardrack, you can answer.
Mm. I'm a
what is your
member.
role within like Mammon? Just curious.
I'm just a member.
Just a member? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry about that, Seraphim. Go ahead and continue what you were saying.
Yeah, yeah, I will try to remember what I was saying.
That's my bad. Sorry about
Anyway,
that.
it's okay. We have to move on as well.
Okay.
Yeah, let's move on. It's okay.
Next
We'll
slide.
come back.
The first ban. So these aren't actual quotes from the people, right? These are just
No.
you talking, just trying to be funny, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So what exactly happened here? Like this is the A1 bombing incident that you were talking about before, right?
Yeah.
It's one of
November.
Yeah,
in one of the many bombings. Like in November on 2023, the Spirit One released, and
Yep.
we chose to like inaugurate in a boom and like bomb every single French streamer we know.
So what
Terada
location
was
is this though? Is this
it's
Ghost
a
Hollow
Ghost
or
Hollow.
somewhere else?
Yeah, it's Ghost Hollow.
So under like definition, this is a PvP zone.
I
Like
know.
through and through,
That's
right?
the irony of it.
And
No.
this is how you got banned? Like because of the stream sniping though, right?
Yeah, I got banned because of it. And the fun thing about this one is like I wasn't aiming at him. I didn't know he was here. I was aiming at a Spartan on the ground. It just got caught on it. So yeah,
Nice.
we bomb on
Okay.
And
people
then he
and
come back with a ship. And then he could start to shit talking, saying like they will not stay, they are afraid, things like that. And he come back with a hurricane in his friend, and I don't go away, and I kill them too. And then he say like, oh yes, but he play distortion. This is a broken mechanics.
yeah.
Okay,
He's
that's
bad.
that's what he's talking about, abusing like
Yeah.
shooting systems.
And
More or
for the
less.
record, every bombing that
yeah.
was made at that point, it was me. I did
Okay.
it.
Yeah, and I get banned. I get banned for
Yeah.
them.
Wait, Seraphim, you got the ban for something that Vardrack did.
Yeah,
Is that what
Yeah.
you're telling
Yeah.
me?
I did the bombing. Seraphim
Was
got
that
the
ever
ban.
clarified, like down the
Sure.
line,
No.
or
No.
Actually, at one point, I have talked with CIG, and I don't fucking care. Like, we the next band I have with Terada, it's like one of the guy have sent a vocal in the game, and Terada doesn't like it, and he report, and I get banned for it, but it's not me. And when I say it's not me to Niku,
okay?
he tell me, yeah, but who is it? Blah blah blah. I have the logs, and I say, no, it's not me. It's him. He can even come and tell you that it's not me. And he say, yes, but this is a Mammons. You are the leader. So, and
So
that's
just
all.
curious,
No
is
more.
that's something that's like is it this that you're talking about, the second ban, or is it something
Yeah, this
unrelated?
one. Yeah, this one.
I do want to go back to those last previous slides, but if you want to like go into a little bit of detail about what's going on here, you're busting into prison, or they were busting into prison, you were escaping.
No,
What
no,
exactly
they were
is going on
They
here?
escaping from
was
the prison.
escaping, and we come to prevent them from escaping. So basically,
Oh,
it's a
yeah.
gameplay that CIG allow because there is a mission about that, but this is a streamer, so it's not allow. I don't know.
So wait, does Klesher have an armistice zone around the entire area? Is this like a
No,
designated safe area aside from
no.
like the main hub inside?
It's a PvP zone.
It's a
It's a
PvP
Yeah,
zone,
PvP
right?
zone.
yeah. You
Okay.
can shoot. You can do
Yeah.
anything. And
I mean, anywhere that's not armistice is a PvP zone.
Pretty much, yeah.
I
that's
mean,
how it should
so
be.
it like all of this just seems silly to me to begin with, but whatever. This looks cool. And if I was the person watching the stream, I know they're not seeing this perspective, but like if this happened to the person I was watching, I would think it was cool. I don't understand what this like what's the problem here? So they got mad because
Yeah,
they were trying to
it's-
escape from prison. So
The
if you
fun thing
kill
is
They got mad
if you
because they lose.
exactly. And
Yeah.
if you were in prison and you killed them in prison, would that be like stream sniping or
no, we don't care. And the fun thing
He's like, I
about
don't care.
yeah, like you stream, you don't stream, you kill you either way. We shouldn't have to preoccupy ourselves. Like, is it a streamer? Is it not a streamer? Can I kill him in the PvP zone? Can I can't? This like whatever.
That
Like,
does create like a weird
we're playing
like,
a fucking
situation
video
for everyone.
game. Like
Pretty
it's
much,
like it's like real life. Like, is it a civilian? Is it not a civilian? No, it's a fucking game.
Okay. We'll come back to that one.
Yeah,
So
it's a
for
game.
4 years and 108 days, this is how old MAMMON is
Yeah.
without a single ban. They were
Yeah.
existing for a long time and getting away with pretty much everything, right?
Yeah.
And then over 9,000 in the number of backers, streamers, and orgs doing events that we killed. And then 2 months is the time it took for Niku after his enrollment at CIG to start banning you.
Okay, but in that situation, like, do you think that's a result of like somebody saying, "Hey, we're hiring this guy. We want him to do something about this," or do you think that's just Niku?
I was wondering the same thing if it was like a response
think-
to all of the targeted harassment, you know, like
I
having
think
someone
it's
present in
Niku.
that community. You
Yeah,
know,
I think it's Nico because he's hijacking every time we tried to talk to someone else than Nico, it was Nico that answered. Like every ticket, Nico takes it. Every time we try to talk to someone, Nico is like, okay, I know you try to say this to that, so I will answer. Every time.
Yeah, he tried to cancel us to talk
I don't
to
know.
his
Over moderation's a problem.
boss and everything. Like
Okay.
we try on our tickets to CIG, we say like we don't want Niku to take the tickets, but he take it anyway. So yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, realistically, that I don't know. I'm sorry, not to. I know you're trying to
Yeah,
get
it's
through
fine,
these,
it's fine.
but
No, it's
my
okay.
my
This
thing
about
is
the first one anyway.
yeah, my thing is though that I understand like in a company they may assign somebody to just handle certain specific situations or maybe with
Cases.
specific groups. Yeah, I mean that's.
Mhm.
It may not specifically be Niku saying, I'll take this because I can't stand those guys. You know what I mean? Like it may feel that way, but there's no way to really know that. I mean, unless we hear it from them themselves, you know, to be fair. So that's kind of my stance on it is that.
The point is, what makes us think about that is just the situation where he give an information to an enemy team of us without his job being involved. Show
Yeah,
that
that's silly.
it's
That's
personal.
weird. That's weird to me. That's just weird to do that. Like for him to like
He assume it's a mistake, but he doesn't assume it because he want to assume it. He assume it because it's like that. He cannot say anything else. But at the beginning, when I tell him that it's a mistake, he don't say to me it's a mistake. He say like, I am in my right. You are doing bad things, so
That's
I do what I want.
that's what I mean is
basically.
weird though. I'm saying for him to do that is weird to me.
Mhm.
For him just to go and be like, "You're doing bad." What do you mean? I'm doing bad things? I'm literally playing a video game. Like, I'm sorry. What? The way that you're designing it, and then he's tipping off people in the game that he's a developer for. That's just weird to me to do that.
Yeah.
Oh.
The stream snipe. I'm just.
I don't
I
know,
might
this
skip.
is his
Like, so
way.
this is just detailing what exactly you already talked about with the first ban.
Yeah. I
Where
already told everything
It's just
about
kind of like a
this.
timeline. We've kind of already discussed that, but it's just
Yeah.
talking about how Seraphim was blamed and Vardrack was actually the one that bombed Tirada
Yeah.
at Ghost Hollow. And somehow you didn't take the consequences for that one. That's kind of
No.
unusual.
Yeah,
It
and
kind of shows
Vardrack
like a
doesn't
lack
get
of
banned
like
for this one.
it shows like a lack of any internal investigation at that point, right? Like not
Yeah.
even looking at the logs to
There
see
is
who
not.
killed
There
who,
is
right?
not.
Yeah. Every time there
When
is
we
a ban.
ask about the logs, oh sorry.
No,
Mhm.
do it.
Okay. When
What's
we
up?
ask about the logs, the only thing they give us is screen from streams. They don't look the logs. They don't even care. They
But they
only
have
give
access
us
to that, don't they?
streams image.
Yeah.
Maybe, but actually, I get banned for things I don't do, and they tell me the logs say it, but they cannot because I don't do it. So it's bullshit right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know what I
So
do.
here's another thing that
Yeah.
Niku mentions. I don't know what the context is. It says no stream sniping and or attacking continually the same target. So
Yeah,
this is
each
kind of
time, in
reinforcing
every
what you.
time there will be, every time there is a ban, there will be a Niku time, and the screenshot I took, it's each time Niku saying you can't do that, and like don't do that, do this, like every time, and you see the goalpost moving each time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
I see
for
what
now,
you're
it's
saying.
like no stream sniping
Okay.
and not the same
Interesting.
target continuously.
Yeah. So
And
it says I
same ID,
understand.
the fact that show us they
Mhm.
don't look the logs is one time my guys was hunting on Daymar, and I was around Daymar, and I was the lead of the party actually, and
Okay.
they found a reclaimer and they go attack him, and they go and they kill him, and then 2 days later they get banned. We don't understand. We look, apparently it was a streamer on a point, and when we look, the funny thing is the only two guys, or I don't remember, three guys banned
Four
was the
guys.
guy that show on the screen. Oh yeah, four, sorry, that show on the screen, but all other from the party doesn't get a ban.
Yeah,
So yeah,
it's like
Interesting.
8 people shot on the reclaimer, and only the 4 that got in front of the player, the streamer, got banned.
The ones that were visually like actually
Yeah,
seen by the
like
streamer.
you
because
could see on
if
the
they
That's
if
It's
they look,
weird,
yeah,
like
that
yeah,
is
this
really
weird
interesting.
stuff with like banning people because other people are streaming during the, like it's just weird to me. I honestly like I would be able to easily just kind of like fly into a random fight while I'm streaming and then be like they killed me and they stream sniped me and like start reporting and stuff like that. It just to me it sounds like there's just that's why they just need to back off. You're leaving too
Yeah,
much for people
everybody
to take
back off. Is
advantage
that what
of.
you're saying? So it says I understand the clashes with some streamers, but they have been they too have been contacted by CIG to discuss this. Some have efforts to make on the reactions and behaviors to have, and they have been made aware they are not in outside of the rules. Everyone has the same rules, and Elba and Tarada are not the only ones in this case. CIG is absolutely not asking to stop attacking anyone, but to not systemically attack the same targets in order to block their gameplay.
and when they mean
That's
systematically,
like,
they mean
yeah,
once a year.
Yeah.
I
okay.
think I'd say I'm gone. All right, later guys. That's it. I've
This
had
is
enough.
this is a weird one to me, I think, but
This is true. What can
it's
I say?
Oh my
yeah.
god.
Okay, so we're going through the second ban. This is what
Yeah.
happened. Seraphim was attacked for or banned for 7 days. Inuku was again in our DMs about it. What happened? Prison break. Heard about it. People trying to flee the prison. Was this it? Where did you hear about this? Did you hear about this in like global or
Some
like was it like kind of information from a DM or is it like OPSEC? I don't know if you can tell that kind of stuff.
it's not OPSEC, but there is a lot of people that are frustrated with Terada
Mhm.
Terada
because
action and talking to them.
he's not really kind to people, and sometimes he can be a bit harsh to them, and even his org mates. And often,
Okay.
like this event in particular, someone came to us like, I know that Terada will do that, this, that at that moment. I will be on his server, join my server when I tell you.
Okay. So at any point was stream sniping used during this? I'm just kind of
No,
curious.
no.
Okay.
No, there is no need.
So 7 dudes, 1 Spartan. That sounds like a weird name for a porn. And I'm not gonna ask what that is.
7 dudes, 1 Spartan. I love it.
Decided to go against
It
all
was
odds.
on
7 versus
purpose.
20 in a Spartan. So there's 20 inmates. Is what you're telling me, right?
There were like
They was like 20, yeah.
it was 10 inmates.
How many
10.
people? How did they all end up in jail in the first place? That's what I'm trying to
Okay,
figure out.
okay.
Like that doesn't
The
make sense to
streamer
me.
and
It was
9
the
other
event.
people. Yeah, it was an event. The streamer and 9 other people get in jail. 10 people roleplay Crusader security and try to block them. There were about like 8 to 10 people that were in there doing security to the event,
Okay,
like in
gotcha.
ships, just hovering over it.
Yeah. Okay.
The fact I
That's an
can
interesting.
land with my C2 close to the event is already a lack of skill, in my point of view. But
That
okay.
that is a problem when you don't have any kind of like established like security on the actual like surface. Like, where did you guys spawn
I
in
had
the the Atlas
They
like
had.
platform.
This is the problem.
Okay.
They had security
hear it.
in the
But,
air, so we took a Spartan, crammed like 7 people in, and just rushed.
Just like hot dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha.
Um,
Interesting.
I just want to jump on to Heavy
Yeah.
Bob said if you have a spy, you don't need a stream. That's true. Having a spy is a lot more effective than a stream.
You
And,
know that.
and on top of that, wait, hold on. I just want to say,
Yeah.
on top of that, CIG actually encouraged using Discord. So I've seen
You will
it. I
see
mean, we
later
saw
that-
it.
no.
Like they said, go do this
Yeah.
stuff in Discord or whatever, right? I mean,
Yeah,
so I don't know about. I don't know about.
I
friends,
think that Nico doesn't agree with you, but
That
Yeah, it could
comes
be
up to
different with
the
the
third point actually.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
could come with the French side could be a little bit different, I guess. Maybe.
This is where we bring up that actually what you're talking about. No stream sniping and or continuously attacking the same targets and or trolling, but espionage is allowed, right? So again, moving that goalpost,
There you go.
saying, hey, this is
Espionage.
what's actually permitted, but don't do this. So he says again, PvP is allowed, spying is tolerated. Which platform was this? This looks
Why
like
is
Spectrum.
spying
Spectrum.
tolerated? What is that?
Spying
Oh
is
my God,
tolerated,
okay.
and although borderline with stream sniping, because it's counted as, I guess, metagaming to some degree. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, but metagaming
we
is the only way to
differentiate
game in this freaking game.
as much as possible with our logs internally. What is not okay is attacking without stopping the same people for the sole purpose of harming an event during the alpha. We have laws in place to help everyone enjoy the game while waiting for specific features to come that will serve or to serve lawless and lawful players alike. So this is you talking about, I think you had mentioned this already, that it's an unpolished like alpha, and a lot of this is
Yeah.
still like placeholder, and this is what they're trying to do in the meantime, right?
Yeah.
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 It's still
But
like
actually, the fact they protect streamers is you can see it when you know that for 1 month we target medrunners again and again, and they can do nothing else than seeing us killing them, and they become crazy enough to when they join a server with someone asking for help. If they see my name on the server, they just say, "This is too dangerous. We don't come." But I don't get banned for this.
Okay.
And it was 1 month each day we catch them 3 or 4 times a day, and it was fun. And it was really a war. Sometimes they bring a lot of people and us too, and there is big fight, and this is cool. But when it's about streamer, you do this one time, you get banned. This is just obvious. They protect them, and they don't assume it, and this is what make me mad the most.
Okay.
This is just a lot of very strange things I see happening. Like, but to say spying is tolerated, and then talk about metagaming in a game where there's like no in-game mechanics to begin with. It's like, where else are you gonna spy? Wait, where else are you gonna do espionage at? Like, a lot of it doesn't really make any sense to me. Like how they are trying to view
because
things.
those systems aren't like available for anybody at the
Yeah,
moment.
it's
Yeah,
like,
I
and
know
on
what you
top
mean.
of that, even if all the systems are in place, like people are gonna play, like they're gonna do their activities with another platform. They're not gonna be doing it all purely through you know, the game itself. So it's
And
just weird. The whole thing. I
even
don't
the
know.
fact telling us the game is not finished, so don't do this because people doesn't have the ability to defend themselves. Yeah, but we don't have more how to say features than them for playing. We have the same, so they have the same weapon as us, so they
Yeah.
just have to use them.
Okay.
But
I
no.
want to shuffle our focus over to the one time that you tried to do. Like the AC thing kind of feels a little underwhelming compared to like what we're actually talking about here.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I wanna bring up like the Niku whoopsie. Intel is a precious thing and Nico knows his worth. So what exactly happened here was Seraphim, you were doing some like OPSEC and you pretty much were an inside man, right? That's what happened, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
For the
And
event,
then
this is what I explained earlier.
yeah.
About Niku just telling that we was infiltrate in the event, and yeah, basically put the operation down. By the way, we killed them all anyway,
Yeah.
but
But
yeah,
still, this
he
this
tell
this is the
them
one.
so they prepare.
Yeah.
So yeah,
This is the weird one to me.
more
We tried to
difficult
play
than
by the rules.
previously.
bowing down to a never-changing and never-moving red line, the last exchange with Niku left us with this conclusion. If we infiltrate other orgs, attack them while having half of their numbers and only one time, it is then legitimate PvP. So MAMMON infiltrated another organization, and the objective was to crush a fleet of 40 plus players while mobilizing 20 on our side. Seraphime21, as previously asked, sent a DM to Niku to warn him that we were going to strike an event of the Omega Protectorate, that we were infiltrated in with proof, and that no stream sniping would occur. So when you try to actually like put in the effort to do things legitimately, you get
Punished.
outed,
Yeah.
punished.
I was being honest and showing him every
You were
proof he
transparent,
needs
yeah.
to make us feel good. And at this point, if he just accept this and take it and say, "Okay, nice, you are clean," and then I do my thing, and if someone crying, he just tell them, "It's legitimate. Defend yourself."
Yeah.
That's all. Or he just say nothing. If I'm not punished, it means that what I do is legitimate. People doesn't have to know why it's legitimate. They just there is no punish. It means it's legitimate. You don't know why. You don't know that there is a spy, and he doesn't have to tell you that there is. No. So yeah, nothing else basically.
Okay.
This
So
is
the
just
thing is,
insane.
Niku gave him the intel. This is kind of the back and forth after the fact. Didn't tell the organization to make tickets. However, Mammon's actions are a bit annoying at the moment, and I see you on many activities prepared by other groups or streamers. You seem to be testing limits in order to counter the efforts of other groups. The people at Omega took it well because I talked to them and brought it up, but I found but I hope it won't be too frequent / targeted. This is something that Zalo actually mentioned on the podcast a while back. It says Niku couldn't act on this action and no ban was issued. The above message was from Zalo was just shared. This isn't actually on like an official platform. This is just his personal point of view. That's the issue.
Yeah.
By the way, so I wouldn't take this for like an actual like rule per se. And acting against what his superior said would have been a bad move, but he couldn't let it slide, so he chose to use intel to try and catch us in a stream snipe trap. And then the fourth ban is this is the most recent one, correct?
Yeah.
And this is talking about which one was this now? Can you explain this really quick? And then I know that we're almost hitting like about 2 hours, so we're gonna try and like get some callers in if anybody's interested. So like I just want to also make sure that we have that as an option if you guys want to join as like a live caller. That's there.
Yeah. On that slide, like we
Okay.
talked about everything pretty much.
We
Like to
did?
be
Okay.
honest, we already mentioned it. So
Yeah.
it's like the last
Mhm.
one, and
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, this is just just Terada on an event, and someone pay us to go hunt him. And the guy
Okay.
was already on the server, you know.
Yep.
And
Okay. So
yeah,
it's that
basically
one.
he was on the server, and yeah, it's that one. Yeah,
Gotcha.
we come, we do the job, we get 19 days of ban. Nice.
But after that, if you
Understood.
want, there is something spicier, like a new one. It's like content creator drama, if you want.
Yeah, we could take a look at that
Yeah.
really quick. And then I think after, let's see. This is talking about the copyright strikes against
Yeah.
Vardrack's channel has been deleted after a flurry of copyright strikes. Videos were re-uploaded by cast of Griefernet, who after a few weeks won the claims Terada filed against him, USA Fair Use Act versus the French author's rights. And then SE Panzer made a video about this whole story, gotten threatened by Terada, and mass reported. That's interesting.
And his community of the Terada come, and he have to moderate all the comments because they was salty by basically.
Okay, I gotcha.
He talked to this about us, and he get banned from his org as well because he dare not being aligned with Terada.
Okay.
How do you get a copyright strike out of that? What the hell?
Because it was posted on YouTube.
This is
and they
this
were
is
yeah,
French.
but like
using some of his
like fair use.
France,
that's
France
not
has,
fair
France
use.
France has different like laws for that.
Yeah.
That's not fair use in France.
Yeah.
There is
No.
fair
Dude,
use
that's
laws.
so lame, dude. Come on, like that is such a low blow.
There
Eh,
is, and I tried, and YouTube rejected when I tried to make an appeal, and I tried to go to a lawyer to see if I could do something about it, and YouTube basically said like we don't want to take your appeal, and if you are against it, you have to sue YouTube. It's not even suing Terada, but it's suing
oh,
YouTube. So I could do nothing about it.
oh my
Okay,
goodness. Okay.
this is also one that I wanted to share before we kind of wrap things up. This is Niku kind of. So there was a group known as Howlers that hopped onto a server during the Idris event. It was the one where you would PvP on the Idris and try to take it over for a set amount of time. And this is him saying, let me find the beginning of this conversation 1 second. Hey, everyone. This is after they got a party invite from Niku and his group. It says, here's like Mish, there's Rudy. Are you part of the security team? Destination Cash. And this is an event that was being held by the French community. They said no, and we are not. Why? Need some help is what they like, kind of like responded. He said, nope, all good fun, all good, have fun. There is an event going and security team is in place. So they might chase you off if you are aggressive toward the team they protect. But you can play
Yeah,
here if you're not part of the event, no worries. And, they ask if it's part of the Idris event. And then Rudy says, sounds good, there will be war. And sorry, I'm not inviting unregistered players to this event. So this is him like stepping in like ahead of time to try and like,
Yeah.
make sure that they weren't
be
interrupting
aware
anything.
on the stream, like the text is too small.
Let me, I can zoom that in, my bad.
Yeah.
So this
So yeah.
is just kind of like a back and forth between a couple of those members. And
Actually, this is not the first time that he tried to play the bodyguard for events of streamers, and he go into the event and he's like a shield, like he's like, I'm here, I have my eyes on you, and if there happens something, you will be punished. Not the first time.
yeah. So it more or less just sounds like they need to back off. They need to allow like that player agency to come more into the limelight, allow players with security to not rely on CIG as like a security force. Like reporting is not going to like solve any of these problems in the long term. It's just almost like a band-aid at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
this is
um
this is just CIG way to do things. That this is dirty right now, and we cannot really do anything about that. The, what can we do? We just wait, and yeah, only the community pressuring them can do something. And
okay.
but that's all.
Yeah. We are going to take a few like caller questions from the chat, and then I think we'll wrap up after that. Let me bring up the queue really quick, and then we'll be done. I think a lot of it is just Tumblrino just saying goofy
Telling
stuff.
you
So
to be sexy and you haven't done
I
it
know,
yet.
I know. That's
I've
pretty
been
much
waiting
all
for
it
it
is.
the whole
It's like
time. I don't
it's
blame
not
him for
happening.
being upset.
I'm gonna
Tumblerino.
reject all those requests really quick. Just don't mind me. There we go.
No,
Problem solved.
let's see it. Come on.
Hang
We're
on a
waiting.
second. Let me just shut your mouth.
The people have spoken.
No, I'm trying to
What
get into
happened?
the queue really quick.
What happened with Templarino? I know he hate me.
No,
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 Yeah,
he
he
was
no,
telling
do.
he
He do.
told
no, no, something else.
He told Dead to look sexy and
He
look
wants
at
a
the camera
sexy
for
stare. What the hell is a sexy stare? Is that just like looking into the camera?
Oh,
Like
please
deeply?
don't tell me you don't know
Mhm.
a sexy stare. I don't know what that
Okay.
was. That wasn't
Um,
it.
So no, that's not it. So Cast actually asks a really good question here. How does CIG ignore your, or how often does CIG ignore your support tickets when trying to clarify ban reasons? Has that ever happened to you guys? I'm just kind of curious about that.
All the time, they never reply. I ask all the time, where is the evidence? And they just don't reply. Never give anything.
Actually, they
They
did.
never give me any evidence, or they say like, when I give evidence that this is not me, they say like, yes, but this is your group, you are responsible. And I am like, I would be okay with that if it was a real enterprise in real life, but this is a video game. I don't have to take blame for other people's action. They pay $40, I pay my $40. They take their responsibility, I take mine. I'm not their
Okay.
dad. Like, you see.
Mhm.
So I just want to jump on that too. I mean, to be fair, right? It's a game and they can define the rules they want. But the problem I have is the inconsistency or the vagueness. Like, if you want to define it and say we don't want to see this, we don't want to see that, okay. But like to be like, oh well, you know, it's stream sniping or it's griefing just because. You know what I mean? Like it's that vagueness I don't like. That's what bothers me. I mean, if they want to design the game and make the rules however they decide they want to make the rules, fine, then we can follow them. But we kind of need the rules.
Yeah.
Elder, if it's okay with you,
But
can
the
I
hole
bring
in the
Cast
rules
as,
is the
like-
problem.
Yeah,
That's what I
yeah.
call
Cass is ignoring my messages anyway. Bring him in. I'll
Okay.
talk smack over
Will do.
the stream.
Okay.
He can take it.
Hey, what's up, guest? How you doing, man? Good to see you. You had a question?
Cass, you
Hello.
there?
Or he might be AFK.
Wait,
No, he just
was
he
I?
just- yeah.
Huh? Did you have a question?
Yeah. Well, kind of a clarifying thing on the copyright situation,
Yeah.
if you guys don't mind.
No, not at all.
So France has like a parody law, not a fair use law, and
Yeah.
just skimming over it, it kind of seemed like their videos met that parody law anyway. But Vardrack didn't have the opportunity to even appeal it because he got struck so many times. It just deleted the channel. That's like a YouTube issue.
Yeah.
Where
Actually,
Less of a CIG one, right? At that point.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is not CIG one, but the problem is simple. Like in France, how to say, you have to prove that you are innocent, and in US, you have to prove that they are guilty before they're delete. In France, if you don't, yeah, you are delete, and then you have to prove that you are innocent. But so much time, YouTube doesn't even give you the opportunity. I try on my YouTube video as well, like Maid Runners, take them out for the same reason, and I cannot defend myself, even if there is no reason. So yeah, difficult.
Okay. Interesting.
Anyway, sorry about missing those DMs. Thanks.
No, you're
It's
good.
okay. We'll
It's
get you
all
later,
right,
guest.
dude. Oh, he dipped right out.
Yeah, you did. With that being said, guys, I think we are going to wrap it up there. Just wanted to say thank you both Seraphim and Vardrack for joining us today on the podcast.
Thank you for
today's-
inviting us.
100%. I think it's interesting to hear, different parts of the community, kind of, discuss like some of the stuff they've been dealing with and hearing like different perspectives, because I've heard like what's happened with GriefNet, but hearing what's happened with like MAMMON as well is interesting.
Yeah.
Kind of puts things in perspective more or less. So again, today's discussion was very like informative. And then huge thanks to everybody that chatted and joined us as a caller today, meaning Cast, right? But then just a reminder that tonight's episode will be on YouTube tomorrow. So if you guys haven't already checked out that channel, please do. It'll be about like noon or probably a little bit earlier. I'm going to be doing some hiking tomorrow, so that'll be a lot of fun to get outside. And if you guys have any recommendations for someone to go raid, let us know, and we'll figure it out in chat. With that being said, have a good night, guys. Thank you very much.
Oh, am I supposed to? Is this my time?
I think it is.
Oh wait, hold on. Music. The music. Here comes some music. You guys have a good night.
Good night, guys.
Are we stream sniping? I'm sorry. Are we
raiding
raiding?
someone? Yeah. Let's see who's online. I think there's a chance that let's go raid Lord Kamak. How's that sound to you?
Perfect. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, awesome.
Get an actual PvP.
He's a PvPer. Stream snipe him. I'm sorry. I know we're wrapping up, guys. Stream snipe him like right now. Go stream snipe him, and he gives permission. And you watch our last podcast. He gave permission. He wants it. Go stream snipe him, and then tell him Elder and Dead said hello. All right. Do that, please, guys.
This is probably going to get us banned if you say that.
No,
right?
because we got the permission. We're good. And he'll laugh. He'll laugh at it. Please, guys, I beg you guys.
I'm sure
please.
he will, actually.
But
But
yeah,
again,
he will.
have a good one, guys. Make sure you stick around for Kamak, and thank you again for tuning in. Have a great week, guys.